Hello, my name is Becky Weedhorn, and this is my final paper for our organizational leadership capstone, and it is on motivation. A quick overview on what to expect. We are going to see what we can learn from the great motivational speakers of the past. We're going to build the perfect frame of mind in order to motivate someone. We're going to discuss whether demographics make a difference, and then some basic motivational skills. When I was looking for a great motivational speaker of the past, the first person that came to mind was Sir Winston Churchill. And doing some research, I found a paper by Gibson and Weber. Within it, they discussed the fact that he utilized 4 communication principles: dictation and specific choice and use of words, rhythm, accumulation of argument, and analogy. Gibson and Weber had used several of his quotes, but I wanted to share a few. Success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. I never worry about action, but only about inaction. And a leader has to organize a good group of men or women at the top and let them work out the details in accordance with principles with which have been clearly prescribed. Many, including myself, believe that the greatest motivational speech ever given was by Sir Winston Churchill in June of 1940, right after the withdrawal of the troops from the beaches of Dunkirk. I wanted to share a small bit of this speech, which I am sure you will recognize. I found an article by McGuire in which they delve a little deeper into the meanings of the speech, but here's just a small piece. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender. These are the type of emotions that I think are missing from today's leaders that we could learn from those of the past and learn how to better motivate. In 2022, Cho wrote a paper discussing psychological safety and being able to communicate without fear of repercussion in your workspace. And those safe employees are open to creativity, and leaders motivate creativity through openness and exploration. So in order to be able to motivate, you need your employees to feel safe to be able to communicate with you. One of the first things we learned in leadership classes is that everyone is motivated differently. So I wanted to take a little further look into the demographics of age and gender. So I found a paper by Muhammad and Associates who went through Generation X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to start with Generation Z, which are those born between 2000 and 2012. Their main motivators, they are intrinsic motivations. They need to be personally rewarding, and they need a stable work environment. They want nothing to do with office drama, and they also need financial stability. Generation Y, those born between 1982 and 1999, main motivators are the introjected regulation motivations, the internal pressures, the avoidance of punishment. Important to them also is the work-life balance, and they need to have innovative work. Generation X, which includes myself, born between 1965 and 1981, motivation factors are the identified regulation motivations, or it needs to be of personal importance. And the social rewards, we want that supervisor recognition and the recognition of our subordinates. Lastly, I found an article by Ann and Bloom from 2020 in which they discussed the motivation of senior citizens 55 and older. To them, it's the work itself. It's some recognition and achievement. But overall, the most important factor is they have to be happy with what they're doing. Next, I wanted to look at gender, and I started with females, their top 5 motivators. We have honesty, to succeed, respect, balance, and to be appreciated. And the men are not so different. Their top 5 motivators are to succeed, honesty, respect, personal powers, and to be heard. I wanted to take one step further on gender and see if there is a difference between male and female leaders. And I found an article by Campos and Vincente in which they discussed the differences between male and female leaders. Female leaders are a more diverse set of non-work interests. They view work more holistically, and they place greater value on benevolence, tolerance, and independence. Whereas if male leaders are more career-centric and maximize financial return. What this research showed is there is no significant difference between male and female leaders. However, further research done by Powell in 2012 showed it's more of a situational of an impact than the gender. However, Even with that information, a male boss is still preferred over a female boss. Men are still believed to be better managers, and women leaders are still subjected to prejudice and hostility. We still have a long way to go when it comes to gender. When it comes to the basic motivational skills, Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs discusses how important it is to fulfill the 5 basic needs, and that's psychological, safety, belongingness, self-esteem, and self-actualization needs of your employees. In the next several slides, I want to talk about ways to meet those 5 needs. First is open and honest communication. You need to value the input of your team members. Let team members suggest their own ideas to you. Communicate expectations, have team meetings, and have those one-on-one meetings with your employees. You need to boost team morale. You need to encourage collaboration, regular team building exercises. Do those regular temperature checks. You may think everything is okay until you delve just a little deeper. And organize social occasions so people can get together outside of work. Next is team member growth. Help teams grow and develop. Assign tasks appropriately challenging. Over difficult can equal demotivation. Provide more responsibilities and do job rotations to give everyone a feel of everyone's position. And lastly, and what I believe to be the most important, is to praise success, to say thank you and good work, and give specific praise. Let them know exactly what you're happy with. Review progress regularly. Recognize those long-term accomplishments. Promote team success throughout the company and reward the team and individuals for their success. A simple thank you or good work goes a long way. Those and other suggestions can be found by an article by Moz and Kleiner. Thank you for your time and good luck motivating.